Welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I'm going to go ahead and start working back on the Jeep project. Focus. Yeah, so I'm going to start working back on the Jeep project. It's been a little while. I've been doing my little personal things on the side, so I haven't been able to jump on a Jeep. I haven't took on any other little projects or anything like that, so I haven't been really filming or anything on YouTube. So just getting back on the Jeep. I have a little bit of time to work on it, and my plans today on this video is go ahead and do a tank tuck. So what I'm going to be doing is cutting down the tank, taking down the tank and cutting the supports and bringing it up. I also will be taking out the wheel well, cutting that out, flattening that out, and getting that prepped for the tank tuck. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing on this video, and hopefully we could get far enough in the video where yeah, I'll get the whole thing finished with. So let's go ahead and get started with that. All right, so I haven't refilled this tank in months, so I already know it's damn near bone dry. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and attack it, pull it down, and remove all the lines and things like that, and try to get to my goal. So just pull this off, get this out the way. All right, so as you seen in the last clip, I went ahead and cut out this spare tire well to raise the gas tank up a little bit, so we don't have that saggy diaper that's always down below the Jeep. So since I have the hole open right now, I'm gonna go ahead and attack these seats that was moving back a little bit. The rear seats, I'm actually relocating them a little bit back more. It's going to bring the rear of the seat a little higher and the back seat a little higher. We have a lot more leg room. Since it is it's going to be wind up being a 4-seater, I'm going to turn these this bench seat in the back into captain seats. So yeah, I already tacked up one of the brackets there, and go ahead and attack a couple more brackets. But first I gotta go ahead and tear these seats apart and get down to the frame so I could go ahead and mock these up. The reason for cutting out the spare tire well is to raise the tank, but also gives me access to underneath the car, easier access to closer to where I could go ahead and run some bolts through the frame so I could have them ready for the seats. So I'm gonna go ahead and tear apart these seats and see how far I could get. All right, since I'm going ahead and turn this into a captain seat, this bench seat here, I'm gonna go ahead and slice off this half of the foam right along here. Then I'm gonna get to the frame. I'm gonna slice the frame right where it needs to be. I'm gonna bring the frame in right there, so I could get that captain seat look. So I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut this down, shorten it, and right along, and I'm just gonna go ahead and weld this back together. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I went ahead and fabricated some brackets to hold the chair. Um, these are from some existing hardware that was in the car before I removed the rear seats. So, um, yeah, these are the bottom seat brackets. I guess they hold the seat to pivot forward. So these were for the bottom seats of the back seat, the rear bottom seats, pivots. So what I wind up doing is cutting them down and getting it to look like this, basically. So how this was orientated is basically like this. Yeah, so I fabbed it down, cut it down, bent some angles into it where it suits my purposes. Went ahead and took some screws that I took out of the rear doors, tack weld those in. So now I have a little perch for the chair to sit. Let's go over here and show. So yeah. So I went ahead and fabricated this part, which was one of the studs that was on the inner door frame. So I use these studs as anchor for the back seat. This brace will also be here, sitting here for the other side of the seat. So you have one there, one here. This will be tacked in or welded in fully from the sides and the both sides, and probably from the front. It is fully welded in. But I have to go ahead and prep that up, paint that, get it prepped for final installation. So this basically sits right in there. So what this winds up doing is just sitting right up in here, and the other brace will sit right up in here. And get that installed. Sits right up in here just like that, where it has a nice little pivot. And I wind up using the second bracket. Let me see if you can see it. Get a light. So I wind up using the second bracket as the pivot. So there's 4 brackets to each bottom seat, so I just use those. This will be welded in fully. Right now it's just tacked up for mock-up purposes. Then I'll jump on the other side and do this side the same way. This is there temporarily. That's not going to be there. So also have 2 of those pieces, which is going to be the hinge for here, and also the bottom perch for here. So I got those 2 pieces there for this seat, same seat, and now I have twin captain seats. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue doing all the fab work and see how far we could get. Alright, so I'm pretty much finished with what I was doing with the back seats here, the so-called captain seats. I was able to finish up all the brackets. Everything's looking nice. All the seams are welded in. Like I said, I'm not the best welder, but I try. So, yep. So yeah, the seats are in now. Got the right gaps and the right height that I want it to be. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a hole on this one. Go ahead and start working on the tank tuck. Getting that prepped up in the next video. So yeah, I'm pretty much finished with what I'm doing here. So with this part of the project being done, I'll check you on the next video. Peace.